At Geronimo, safety is a value. It is something that we do all the time. It's not something that we do when we want to. It's not something we do first. It's something that we do always. My name is Gemma Smith, and I'm the Director of EHS, that's Environmental Health and Safety and Training at Geronimo Energy. For me, this is a really exciting position because my primary responsibility is the health and safety and finally the well-being of our employees. Not only do I get to focus on our employee health and safety, but I also get to make sure that our public is also safe as well. The biggest part that Geronimo really does in order to make sure that we don't have any workplace accidents is to make sure that we plan the job properly. So that comes into anything from looking at bids before we start construction to looking at the plans while we're going through construction. And then in operations, we do something that's called a work control package, where we make sure that our contractors are qualified to do the jobs that they do. Every day at 4 o'clock, we have a transportation meeting. The purpose of that meeting is to understand what components are coming in the next day and when. So we'll know that we have a nacelle coming into, say, turbine number 10 tomorrow, and we've got 3 blades coming into turbine number 42. This helps us coordinate between all parties on site, whether it is the construction company, the turbine manufacturer, or Geronimo as the owner of the project.
My name is Joey Peltier. I'm the Nordic Field Supervisor for the 26 solar gardens that are in the state of Minnesota for Geronimo Energy. It's nice to be able to say that you're working for a company that takes safety as number one, and they want to work with the community to make sure the community realizes how safe this thing is in their neighborhood.
One thing that we do is we require all personnel who perform work on site to go through an on-site safety orientation. This puts everybody on the same page from the beginning, so they know exactly what their expectations are of them, and it really helps us maintain a site and really set a culture for safety within the site. PPE, that is personal protective equipment, required at all times are going to be hard-soled shoes, a high-vis vest, gloves, safety glasses, and a hard hat. We also make sure that everybody does a job safety analysis prior to doing any work. Here at this site, we actually call that a PTP, or a pre-task plan. That's what I'm standing next to right here, and every time an employee comes onto the job site, they have to read through this plan, which is developed every day, and then sign off that they read it so they know that they're aware of the hazards and the mitigations for each of those hazards on the site.
My name is Ricky Parker. My title here on the Crocker project as the site manager. You know, we have a program set up in the mornings. We come out, we stretch and flex. Once we stretch and flex, we sit down and we discuss all type of safety issues. And if there's any issues that will come up and we see that it's going to be a trend, we stop. We do an all stop. We get everybody together, we gather, and we talk about it.
Some of the measures that we take into place to make sure that we can work as safe as possible is we implement things like speed limits. Anytime we're on a site road like this, our speed limit is 25 miles per hour or less. Sometimes when we're in the laydown yard, our speed limit is 5 miles per hour. This helps make sure our workers are safe, it makes sure our equipment doesn't get damaged, and what it also does is it keeps our dust levels down, so we're not bringing up a ton of dust in the community.
Brett Schneider, Construction Manager, Geronimo Energy. So I'm responsible for the overall project construction of the wind farm, where I take a lot of pride in just dealing fairly with landowners, doing a quality job, making sure if there are complaints from the community, we address them as soon and as impactful as we can with those complaints.
One of my jobs is to go to every fire department. I go to the fire departments and the police departments and talk about safety, because these are new to them too. The fire departments have no idea what they're dealing with when it comes to electricity, because they don't have those in their neighborhood. So I go and I give tours to fire departments, spot and talk about safety, what they can do at the sites, what they can't do at the sites, and try to work with the sheriff's departments and the police departments where the solar garden is. So if something does happen at one of those guys feel safe going in there, not to be able to do whatever they need to do at that time.
One of the reasons that I came to work for Geronimo is I really love the farmer-friendly value that they have. And that really works well with what I do, because by saying that Geronimo's farmer-friendly, it means that we care about people. In my role, I do environmental health and safety, and that's caring about people. And what I get to do is I get to take that momentum that we have about caring about our communities, about our farmers, and I get to bring that in-house. What ends up happening is it makes an awesome cycle where when we as employees care about each other, it really makes us inspired to care more about the community and vice versa. And we just have a wonderful cycle of caring about people, which makes Geronimo a fantastic place to work and also a great partner to work with.